It is that time of year, the time of year where we go to gathering after gathering, and you're always looking for something to bring. And you may bring your staples. You may bring something that you make over and over again, but why not branch out and try some new things? Today we are making 3 holiday appetizers, one of which is my favorite appetizer I have ever made in my entire life. You've got to stick around for it. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Not too long ago, we were invited to a Friendsgiving with some friends. Some of the friends I see quite often, and some of them I haven't seen in 20-something years, so it was a great time. But one of the couples that came brought a dish that I had seen kind of floating around on the internet before, but never attempted to make. But I could not get enough of it, so we're making that one today. This is a Cranberry Jalapeno Dip, which is perfect for the holiday season because we have cranberries readily available and we love jalapeno. Y'all, this dip is so good, but we're not technically making the whole thing right now. I've got to mix the ingredients and stick it in the fridge for about 4 hours. So we're gonna get started on this and we'll finish it up later. First things first, we need to rinse these off. Let me know, do you love cranberry sauce? Do you love cranberries? I love craisins, like the dried cranberries. Anything cranberry, sign me up. Around Thanksgiving, Cracker Barrel had a cranberry apple tea, like a sweet tea. It was so good. It tasted like cran apple juice, quite honestly. It didn't really taste like tea, but I loved it. So I've got 12 ounces of cranberries here. I'm just kind of looking through to make sure it all looks good, and I think we are good. So let's go rinse these off. You can use a food processor like I am or a blender for this part. We're going to add all of our cranberries in here, and we are just going to pulse this until they are coarsely chopped. I definitely don't want big pieces, so I'm going to keep pulsing this until I don't see a lot of these bigger, like halves, still sitting here. So I'm just going to push this down. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. So we're gonna move on to our next step. We need 4 or 5 green onions. I think I have, 5 here. So just 2 of the roots, but 5 stems. I'm just going to just roughly chop this. We're gonna add this into that and pulse some more. Then the same with this cilantro. We need about a 1/4 cup of cilantro. I'm just going to roughly chop it. And then lastly, we've got a jalapeno, a pretty pitiful jalapeno. Our grocery store had some not so great jalapenos in stock, but I knew I was using it right away, so here we are. This is a large jalapeno. If I had a small one, I would probably use 2. I'm gonna take the membrane and seeds out of one side, but leave it in on the other side, just to add a little extra heat. There we go. Kind of chop this. There we go. That's all the chopping I needed to do. So let's add this to our food processor. And let's pulse this some more. Hello. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit in here so that all of the green is kind of dispersed throughout. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more pulses and I think we're done. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's add in a few other ingredients and pulse that all together, and then this will go in the fridge. We're supposed to add in about a cup of sugar. That seems like a lot to me. I really feel like a cup of sugar is a whole lot, you know? So there's a 1/2 cup. I'm gonna do maybe a 1/4 cup more. I can always taste it afterwards and see, you know, kind of go from there. We need 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we need a couple of tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. I think that's it. Let me make sure. I'm notorious for leaving stuff out. Let's pulse that together. Okay, I think we're good. I think everything mixed pretty well together. So now let's just transfer it to a dish and cover it up and stick it in the fridge. Now, it may get kind of watery over the 4 hours. So we may drain off some of that juice before we put it with our cream cheese later today. Ain't that pretty? It's pretty. All right, lid on, refrigerator, 4 hours, done. So we've got kind of our sweet dip. The cranberry dip is a sweet savory, but more on the sweet side. So now let's do more of a savory dip, a hot dip, and it's a traditional one, but it's with an ingredient I've never used before in this particular recipe. We are making a spinach artichoke dip using this Knorr vegetable recipe mix. I've never paid attention to this, never bought this before, but It has rave reviews when using this, so we're gonna try it. First thing I need to do is cook this, how many ounces is this? 10 ounce chopped spinach. It's frozen. I'm gonna do the microwave method. We need to cook it and then drain it, squeeze all of that extra liquid out. While we wait on that to cook in the fridge, to cook in the microwave, I'm gonna grab a block of cream cheese out. This does need to be softened, so I'm just gonna sit it out here and we may have to pop it in the microwave as well. But I need to drain and then chop this can of artichoke hearts, as well as these water chestnuts. I got the kind that are already diced, but I'm gonna just see how finely they're diced. I may dice them a little bit more. So my spinach is done. I'm going to work on draining that. But before I do that, I am going to pop my cream cheese in the microwave just to soften it just a bit. You know what else I forgot to do? Preheat the oven. So we're gonna preheat the oven to 350. So we've got our spinach here. I just pressed it with the spoon in the sink until it's pretty much dry. Let's add in a block of softened cream cheese. We've got 3/4 of a cup of mayo. This package of the Knorr vegetable recipe mix. Did I just see a pea? Y'all, Knorr has done me dirty. I don't like peas. Not me over here frantically kind of looking through this. I think most of them are chopped up, which is fine, but no, Knorr, just no. Let's add in our artichoke hearts and our water chestnuts. And then I need to shred some cheese. My store did not have pre-shredded. I was trying to go the easy route and get pre-shredded this time, but it did not happen. So I'm gonna shred some Monterey Jack cheese. Every time I get my cheese shredder out, I miss my little cheese monster. If you've been here for any length of time, you know we just lost our little cheese monster not too long ago. And it breaks my heart every time I shred cheese. I almost forgot a very important ingredient, garlic. Cannot forget that in your spinach artichoke dip. So I think it calls for 2 cloves. I'm gonna do about that much, I guess. And then we're gonna do about half of this cheese. I've got almost 2 cups shredded. We're gonna add half now, and then we'll do the final bit on top. Let's stir all of that up. Trying to make sure I got all of that spinach off the bottom. Let's look. Almost. I need to do it over here. There we go. See that little bit of spinach that was hanging out on the bottom? It's a good thing about using glass bowls when you're mixing. You can just pick it up and look on the bottom and make sure you grabbed everything off the bottom. That is ready to go into a casserole dish. I've got this really pretty 2-quart casserole dish here. I got this set from Sam's a few years ago and I love it. But I love this oval baker. It's so pretty. But let's spread this in here and then we'll top it with the remainder of the cheese. This is going in a 350-degree oven for 35 minutes.
Ooh, that's gonna be hot.
Yeah. Tink. I love how he says it's gonna be hot and then he throws it in his mouth.
Oh, wow. Mmm. Oh, yeah. That is super good. The
Okay.
spinach, cheese, artichoke flavor is just
Oh, it's so hot.
one of my favorites. It's not as hot as I thought it was going to be.
That vegetable mix that I used gives it so much flavor. Oh my word. I could
That's
make a
hard to
meal
beat.
off of this.
Yeah, that's really good.
We're just using club crackers right now, but I mean, you could even do tortilla chips if you wanted to.
Yeah. What is that little crispy?
Water chestnuts.
Ah. The little something extra.
Yeah, it's got the little extra crunch in there from that
like
water
that.
chestnut. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I diced them really small, so it's like the perfect amount of crunch. It's not a large chunk. So, y'all,
Man, that's good.
this one will be gone quickly at your holiday get-together. I think this is a new favorite way for me to make it. I think it's all in that vegetable pack that I used. It gives it such great flavor. So definitely give this a try. We have officially hit the time of year where static, my hair is so staticky. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to pull my hair back and we are gonna prep for our next appetizer. And y'all, this one I found on TikTok. Let me just tell you, I don't really do TikTok. I don't make TikToks, but every now and then I'll go on TikTok and look up recipes. And I don't think I've ever made one from TikTok. This will be my first official one. When I say I stopped on this recipe and watched it and my mouth started watering, this one's gonna be good. Also, I just got back from Aldi. If you go to Aldi and you go down like the seasonal aisle, not the aisle of shame with all the random products, but the seasonal aisle of food, and if you see these, pick them up. They're very much like a York peppermint patty, but they're marshmallow. Y'all, I just made me a cup of coffee this afternoon and had a couple of these. They are so good. I don't like the way they're packaged because they're just in this little, so I'm gonna have to put them in a Ziploc bag so that they don't go stale, but they are delicious. Now, time to make our, what are we calling these? Boursin prosciutto bites. I'm gonna set the oven to 350 and let's get started. I got this French baguette from my grocery store and we're going to slice it and set it on a baking sheet. Trying to decide how many I want to do. I don't know if I want to do this entire baguette. You know what? I think that's it. I think I'm just going to do 12 for today and then I'll figure something else out to do with the rest of this baguette. You can line your baking sheet with parchment paper. I'm not going to worry about that. But obviously, if you're making this for a crowd, do the entire baguette for sure. But since this is just for me, Stephen, and potentially Cole, we're just going with 12 pieces. And we're just going to drizzle a little olive oil on each one. I'm going to use my Himalayan pink salt, and we don't need a lot of this either. Once our oven gets to 350, we're going to pop these in there for about 7 minutes. Those are in the oven for 7 minutes. I've got prosciutto here, and I'm just kind of cutting it down to about, I don't know, this size for each one. So I need 12 of these. Out of one piece of prosciutto, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces, so I just need another piece. And then I also grabbed some arugula off of our indoor garden. So I've got that as well. You could leave that off if you don't want that on top. I think it's just to add some color on top, honestly. And arugula has kind of a little spicy, peppery flavor to it. And you're just putting one leaf on each one, but I've got that ready. Okay, these just came out of the oven. They are piping hot. And now it's time to kind of assemble everything. This is where all the goodness comes in, okay? So we've got Boursin going on first. I got the garlic and herb. Get whichever one you want, but I'm gonna spread a little bit on each one. So if you do the whole French baguette, you're probably gonna use the entire thing of Boursin cheese. So just a heads up. Oh, let me zoom you in a little bit. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, there we go. You want some red pepper jelly. That's what I've got here. We're gonna spread that on top of each piece. Done with that. Now we're gonna go in with our prosciutto and lay that on top. Now for the arugula, again, if you don't want that, that's fine. And then we're gonna top this off with a litter? No, not litter. We're gonna top it off with a little more olive oil. That one doesn't wanna lay down. Can you please? Why do I keep saying litter? I cannot talk. I'm done. Little more olive oil. I think she did some finishing salt on top. I don't know that I have. Oh, I might have some flaky salt. Hold on. I have smoked flaky salt. So that's what we're going with. You don't need pepper because the arugula kind of acts like the pepper, you know? That is it. These are so cute and I cannot wait to taste them. Let me go grab Stephen. Be right back. Look at them, not me. So we've got these little bites. I showed him the TikTok. So he kind of knows what's going on. And he had to open the red pepper jelly for me because I couldn't get it open.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Let's tank up. Tinkerbell.
Tink.
Mmm. Wow.
That is so good.
Shut your mouth. It's got this sweet, and then the Boursin cheese. It's like, what is that?
And then that arugula with a little peppery taste.
Yeah, it does have a little peppery taste.
That's the arugula. It's kind of spicy.
Mmm.
That is so unique.
It's like sweet, spicy, little saltiness from the, what's that called?
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
Say it again.
Prosciutto.
Say it again.
Prosciutto.
Okay.
You're trying to make fun of me.
Yep. Y'all got to make this. And don't skip out on the arugula if you can help it.
Wow.
This is one of my favorite appetizers I've ever made.
I think so, yeah. I think this is way up in the top, for sure.
It's so good.
This is going to be a crowd pleaser. Like this, you make this for a party and
They'll be gone in minutes.
they will be gone.
Like, this is pretty much our dinner tonight. I'm about to assemble our cranberry jalapeno dip. I'm about to do that. So, but we're going to go because we're just going to stand here and devour this. Make this.
Job.
I was excited about it. My mouth was watering watching the girl make it, but there's no words to express how good this is. So, just trust us on it.
Good.
Give it a try. Let's finish up our cranberry jalapeno dip, shall we? Got this out of the fridge just a second ago. It's not too watery or juicy. It smells so good. Oh my word. Okay, I put 2 blocks of cream cheese in the microwave to soften them up. Let's put them here in this dish. So I've got them both in here. I don't know what size this dish is. It's pretty small. Probably should have gotten a bigger dish because this is a pretty thick layer of cream cheese. But that's okay. Now we're just going to spread this over top. I cannot tell you how good this smells. Should have gone with a bigger dish. You live and learn. That's it. This is so easy. And I'm hoping it's as good as the one that we had at the little get-together. We're about to find out. We are back with a taste test.
Yes, we are. You better get you one.
I know.
Well, first of all, it looks amazing.
Presentation, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, we ready?
Tink.
Tink. That's so good.
That is amazing.
Sweet, a little bit of spice
That
in there.
is so delicious.
I wouldn't mind having another jalapeno in there, quite honestly. But that's so good. You got to make it. Everyone will love it.
Yep.
Those who like sweet, those who like spicy. It's kind of a mix between the two. It's definitely not spicy, but you can taste the spice in it.
Yeah. Sweet, spicy. Maybe just a smidge of tart from like something.
Lemon juice is in there.
Ah. Well, I could definitely see you adding more jalapeno, so I agree with that. Yeah, that is really
I think
good. Very tasty.
another jalapeno would just take it over the top for us because we want a little more of that spice. So if you tend to like spice, add 2 jalapenos. We have had some really great appetizers today.
You've done a good job.
I have.
You
I really
done a good job.
That's that, my friends.
All right, one more.
We thank y'all for being here. We hope that you'll make all 3 of these. Maybe not all at the same time. It's a lot of cheese all at once. However, they're all so good and they're also different. That's the thing that I love about it, is the flavors vary so much between all 3 of them. Your favorite is the...
Oh, man.
Mine, by far, is the Boursin bites.
I'm saying the Boursin bites and then
This.
this.
Because it's just so different. Yeah. The spinach artichoke dip was delicious.
Yeah.
But
We've
these
had
2...
that.
Yeah, we've had that a gazillion times. These 2 were the standouts, for sure.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, so good. Thank y'all for being here. We will see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.